Hello my dear friends, and welcome back to my YouTube channel on LELB Society. This session I will be teaching you Unit 31, Week 31, Day 1 of the great course book of 1100 words you need to know that is necessary in order to get ready for standardized tests such as TOEFL and IELTS. So remember that this session refers to week 31, day 1. Yeah, that is. Okay, some new words. Yeah, heresy. The first word is heresy, means unbelief. Dissent means disagreement. Opposition, lack of faith. Prudent means wise and cautious. Sage, S-A-G-E. Ostensible means outward, pretended, seeming, apparent, ostensible. Fervent and fervent, F-E-R-V-A-N-T, are so close, both in meaning and also spelling. It's intense, enthusiastic, passionate. Spurious, it's false, counterfeit, and specious. Spurious. Insincere. Okay, the passage. Choose sagely or wisely. Today, the paramount influence in the forming of public opinion is propaganda. What is propaganda? It refers to misleading information that is spread out through the society. Misleading publicity to promote an action. The paramount, significant, the most important thing, significant influence in the forming of public opinion is propaganda. It is not a heresy to our democratic beliefs to state that pressure groups play an important role in our lives. To believe that, to argue that pressure groups, or what is a pressure group? Is a group of people who influence the decisions made by the government. It's a number of people who work together to make their actually government or the people in the authority decide on something or take a particular position. Let's see. A number of people who work together to make their concerns known to those in government and to influence the passage of legislation or the process of lawmaking. Okay, play an important role in our lives. Propaganda makes one vulnerable, means susceptible, or easily influenced to the influence of others. The prudent person will choose between cogent and specious propaganda efforts. A wise person will become selective, choose between cogent, means convincing, logical, and specious, misleading. Propaganda efforts, propaganda affairs. While propaganda has the ostensible purpose of informing the public, clear or at least apparent or seeming purpose or aim of informing the public, the most fervent propagandists use methods that must be examined by the thoughtful citizen. Okay, so these people, passionate and enthusiastic propagandists, use methods that must be examined or tested and retested and considered by cautious city dwellers. The ability to distinguish the spurious from the true facts requires more than a perfunctory examination of prevalent propaganda efforts. The ability to distinguish, to differentiate between the spurious, means false, and the true facts requires more than a perfunctory, means hasty, rash, and cursory examination or testing and evaluation of prevalent means everywhere propaganda efforts. So in order to be really successful in just determining whether some propaganda actually is true or not, we need to evaluate the spread of information and the exchange of information in the society. According to the text. Sample sentences. Number 1. His fervid appeal for action threw his adherents into a frenzy. His passionate appeal or request, strong request for action through his adherents, means supporters, into a frenzy, means out of control behavior, turmoil. So his friends, his supporters actually lost their temper. He accused the leader of the opposition of political heresy, and the mob was exhorted to burn his effigy. He pressed charges against the leader of the opposition of political heresy. And because of that, the mob, that refers to an angry crowd, a large and noisy crowd, was exhorted, means convinced, encouraged, exhorted to burn his effigy. Effigy means a sculpture, particularly in public places. Sculpture. In the bedlam that followed, it was not prudent to appear too apathetic. Bedlam means confusion. In the bedlam that showed up, that followed, it was not prudent, it was not wise to stay too apathetic. Apathetic means indifferent, carefree, not taking interest in doing something, indifferent. While the ostensible enemy was the opposition leader, the main purpose of his rash behavior was the eradication of all opponents. While here means although, even though. The ostensible and apparent enemy was the opposition leader, just one person. The main purpose of this rash and quick and perfunctory behavior, rash means too fast behavior, was the eradication or annihilation or removal or extermination of the opponents, all of them, not just the leader, but all the group. In the conflagration means conflagration, a huge fire that followed. No one questioned whether the original charge had been spurious. After the huge fire, no one questioned or criticized whether the original charge or punishment, the main punishment, had been spurious, false, or specious, because people were so frenzied and angered, furious. And the idiom part, cold shoulder, means, it's an idiom, it means to disregard or ignore. As you can see here, the man is ignoring the lady. She was so piqued or annoyed at his uncouth, means impolite, uncivilized the behavior. She gave him the cold shoulder for over a week, more than a week. So she was annoyed by his unpolished behavior, and because of that she gave him the cold shoulder for so much time. Okay, I really hope that you enjoyed this vocabulary lesson based on 1100 words you need to know. If you have enjoyed this unit, please this lesson, please subscribe to my YouTube channel in order to receive the upcoming videos. So far we have I suppose over 300 educational videos, and it's not the end of that. That is, I'm going to publish so many other videos, so in order to get the most out of them, just click on the subscription button. Thank you so much, and bye bye.